Hey there, Blessed Mama. We are here to help you, the working mom, manage your personal and professional life without losing your mind. This is a podcast for you. I'm Blair Critch, and I went from a teacher to a stay-at-home to a 7-figure online business owner. And listen, that didn't happen overnight. It happened after we actually hit rock bottom. Bankruptcy that shook us. Then to find out my husband had an addiction problem, I decided that day I would grow and learn how to build a flexible business of freedom. Now today, I'm passionate about teaching other women the exact same thing through systems and strategies full of faith, fun, and drive.
What is up? I am Kelly Hoover, retired corporate pharmaceutical rep to network marketing millionaire and small business owner. After recovering from a brain tumor, I knew I wanted to go after my dreams and make life happen. You know, quit waiting around for the perfect time. So I learned social media and how to master my time, and then the magic really started happening. If you are looking to create connections and own your time management skills, then this is the place for you. Let's do it. Welcome back to Blessed Momma Bosses podcast. This is episode 11, Boundaries to Having a Successful Holiday for You. Yes, you, the busy mom. We are so excited to be coming at you with a little K&B Real Talk. And Blair, I have a really good one for you today. My whole entire goal is to embarrass you today. Are you ready?
I can't wait. Let's see what happens.
I have been giggling so much over this K&B Real Talk. And welcome to the show, you guys. Blair, I got to ask you, do you pass gas in front of Ryan, your husband?
No. And if I did, I would totally blame it on the kids. But no. Kelly's dying laughing right now. We totally do not do that in front of each other. Ryan very rarely does that in front of me either. We do not poop in front of each other. We've been together like over 20 years and we still have I've never seen Ryan take a poop. He's got a 2-door rule. Like you have to have 2 doors closed. So like if he goes into the bathroom, I also can't go into the bedroom while he's in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh, this is so funny. What about your boys?
Oh, they'll poop with the doors open. They're passing gas all the time. They don't care. But they'd probably be mortified and die if I ever pass gas in front of them. They probably don't even know that girls do that. Isn't that crazy?
I actually really love that. I don't know why this question tickles me so much.
You're cracking up.
I know. I'm really laughing about this. I think because I was born and raised in the South in like proper... you know, you don't do that, girls don't do that. But I'm around so many people who that is so foreign and so abnormal to. And one being my husband. And now having 2 girls that do that all the time. And I am like, girls, you do that on the toilet.
Right? Or go hide somewhere. Go in your room. Go outside.
Oh my gosh, that is too funny. So you guys, if you're getting a chuckle right now, go on and take a screenshot of this episode. And you know what? You don't even have to like shout it out, this question, but just put a yes or a no and tag us on Instagram at Blessed Momma Bosses _ or on Facebook at Blessed Momma Bosses. Because of course we want to know. It'll be like the little Blessed Momma Bosses podcast inside scoop. We will know, but no one else will. So
this guy's scoop if you fart in front of other people or not, your spouse or not. Oh my gosh. This is weird.
All right. You never know what we're going to ask here on Blessed Momma Bosses podcast, but we are going to get into our topic today. And this is such a good one that I will tell you, we get better at every holiday season. And that is all about creating successful holidays, but really having those boundaries for you. You are busy. There are things going on with your life, with your kids, with all different sorts of things, shopping. You know, you're really trying to make sure you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's. And sometimes lots of things can get lost in that. So here come the holidays. And I want to ask you, do you feel stress like bubbling up over you? When you hear someone talking about it's Thanksgiving and then it's Christmas and you've got to see the family, or how are you going to see the family during this time? Does that make you stressful? Does that feel like very, very, it's a lot to do, that you feel very stressed? Or do you have boundaries already set up? Well, today we're going to talk about 4 essential boundaries for what the holidays can stay fun. You can have a great time. You can have all the traditions. And that's truly what they're all about. So first one, we're going to dive in. Blair, share a little bit about what the first boundary is.
Yes, I'm so excited about this one. All I can hear right now in my head is happy holidays. Like that, like really deep voice one. I cannot remember to sing.
I don't know.
But that's all I can hear right now in my head, as well as like, here come the jingle bells. Here. It's like, I like literally have all these Christmas carols going in my head. It's hilarious. Okay. Boundaries are an essential part of the holidays. And if you're like, no, can't have boundaries during the holidays. It only happens once a year. We only see our family every once in a while. Our kids only have so many of these. I'm going to call BS. And especially for you, the busy working mom, because you have to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries in your business. You have to have boundaries in your family. It's the only way things will run successfully and without a lot of drama. Can't promise it'll be drama free, but it'll be way less stressful and dramatic than usual. So the very first boundary that is absolutely essential are time boundaries. Now, today we're not talking about in your business, but if you've heard us talk before, it's definitely important to have time boundaries in your business, but we're talking about with the family as well. So when are you going to be working during the holidays and when are you going to be off? When do people know that about the time boundaries that you need? Do people know that you're working, on the day before Thanksgiving? Like, hey, I have a full day of working. You've got to make sure it's known that you guys are sitting down, that you're talking about the calendar. People know when you're working, especially because those of you that are in network marketing, direct sales, you have a big day on Black Friday. Yes, you might love to get up super early and go catch those deals, but you also need to go catch your clients. You need to go catch your newest customers, right? And so you've got to make sure you set up those time boundaries ahead of time so that your spouse, your family, maybe you're going to stay at family's house or they're coming to stay with you. You don't want them to be annoyed at you on Friday when you're in your office for 2 hours trying to make sure that you reach out to everybody with the Black Friday special. Set up those boundaries ahead of time. The second one is one that I love talking about because it makes people a little bit uncomfortable. And I always love doing that, which is family boundaries. Do you have any? Like, really think about that. A lot of people, I feel like the number one thing that should be given to people when they get married is the book boundaries. But most of us don't hear about it until after something big has happened in our life, right? We've had a big blowout with our in-laws, or we've had a big blowout with our brother or sister and their family. Or we even have something uncomfortable happen with our spouse. Then we go reaching for that book boundaries. But really, you should read it right away. And you should set up, what are those boundaries going to be? What is allowed in your home or with your family during the holidays? What's not allowed? And I'm talking things like cursing, things like drinking, things like smoking. I mean, those are things that come up that quite often we just go, oh, well, whatever, it's family, we only see them once a year. It's okay to say, we don't do those things in front of our kids. Can we not have those things from this time to this time? Right? Or we don't allow those things in our home. If you guys don't want to have Thanksgiving here, we can come to your house for some dessert or something after. It's okay to set up those boundaries. It's uncomfortable, but it's allowed. And also boundaries of how long are they going to stay? If you're hosting this year at your home, have you set that up? Are you being very clear? Because you can't get annoyed and frustrated at people for sitting on your couch for 5 hours when you didn't set up the time frame. We're very honest in our house. We're like, hey, come over at 2, watch some football, and then we're going to eat at 5, and then we're going to be cleaning up everything and everybody out by 7 so you can get the kids in bed, right? We're very clear, especially when my kids were young, because we want to make sure our kids went to bed on time. We didn't want people there till 10 o'clock at night. It's an exhausting day, right? You got a lot going on, and I wanted to also enjoy the holiday with my spouse. So set up the time frame. What will the time frame be, and what do you need them to bring? Either you're hosting or you're going to somebody else's house. But if you're hosting, be honest. What do you need people to bring? Ask them to bring it, okay? If you're going to somebody else's house, then you ask them, what would you like me to bring? I really want to bring my sweet potato casserole because my kids love it, but what else can I bring to help take something off your plate, right? And so you got to make sure you're setting up those family boundaries so that you're not annoyed. Because I want you to take a second and think about this. How many years have you gotten frustrated or annoyed at somebody in your family, but you never spoke about what you needed ahead of time? People are not mind readers. Just like your spouse is not Prince Charming, he cannot read your mind, right? It is so important that we take ownership. Chapter 1 of Jack Canfield's book, that's all about the success principles, is take responsibility. We have to take responsibility and set the boundaries ahead of time and let people know what we expect and what we do not allow. You don't have to say it in a mean way. It doesn't have to be rude. It just has to be clear. Kelly, what else do they need to set those boundaries to have a successful holiday?
Yes, I love the fact of bringing up time boundaries and family boundaries. And before I move on to the third one, I just want to say with family boundaries, this also allows you the opportunity to really create those traditions that are in your home. And it allows you to say yes to things or no to things around your own family traditions. And I know a lot of people, you want to have those traditions. Maybe you want to carry on something from you or your spouse from your actual childhood, but you may also be creating those traditions under your own roof. And this boundaries, having those family boundaries allows that to be clear to others. So I so love that you talked about that, Blair. The third really true boundary thing that, you know what, I feel like a lot of people don't talk about is financial boundaries. Have you talked about this year how much you are going to spend on each one of your kids? Have you talked about how much you're going to spend on your parents, on your in-laws, on your neighbors, on your friends, on each other, right? Because it really truly is the way to be responsible. Set a budget, divide it up amongst all the people that you need to purchase. What are you giving this year? Who are you donating to? How are you helping out your community and the people that are less fortunate than you? And really having those boundaries and talking about that ahead of time. And keeping track, right? Like truly keeping track of what you are spending. The fourth and final tip that we have today for boundaries is personal boundaries and self-care. And this one, I think probably is the one that gets lost the most. Okay, you're busy, you're taking care of everyone else. You're worried about making everyone else's holiday so perfect. But what about you? Don't forget to really, truly take care of what you need. And I'm not necessarily saying going out and buying yourself the most luxurious gift or doing that, but I'm talking about taking care of your health, not overeating, taking care of your exercise, taking care of your devotion time, taking care of your rest, and not getting in a place where you're wearing yourself out because of all the additional responsibilities. Really, truly taking care of yourself. And guess what? Taking care of your significant other and spending time to fill your cup up with them. So really having those personal boundaries and self-care is so incredibly important.
Totally. And if you guys are listening to this today and you are listening on November 17th, you're going to want to join us tomorrow inside of our free community, Blessed Momma Bosses, because we're going to be talking to you about how to expand your reach during the holiday season. Because like we shared today, we know you're a busy mama. We know you have a lot on your plate. You are working overtime to make sure the holidays are fabulous for everybody and still working your business, still doing all the things that you need to do inside of your life. So we want to help you this holiday season by showing you a tried and true method that Kelly and I have used for multiple years in our network marketing business that has brought us in almost 100 last year, new people into our group. And lots of new customers and lots of new business builders. And so we want to show that same method to you. We're going to be doing that November 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern for free inside of the Blessed Momma Bosses community. But if you're catching this later, go back and watch the replay. It will be there all through the month of November. We cannot wait to see you inside of Blessed Momma Bosses and help you expand your reach this holiday season. So thanks for joining us. Have a great day and make it a great day for others. You can check out Blessed Momma Bosses group at blessedmammabossesgroup.com.
We hope you enjoyed this episode and want to hang out with us more. Join us inside our Facebook community. You can find us at www.blessedmammabossesgroup.com. We'll see you inside.